In the show, The Boys is a plethora of super people hiding their true colors from the world in many various ways. And right off the bat, the main antagonist, Homelander, by the way, if you guys like these fictional show discussions or video game, movie, or TV show character discussions, please check out my channel and consider subscribing, as this is going to be my first video, but I plan to do many videos like this in the future. Anyways, shameless plug done. The character in the show, the antagonist Homelander, can be seen as a regular Superman kind of character. But right off the bat, in various promotional advertisements of the show, they immediately show you he is kind of off-putting and not the guy he's painted out to be in the most subtle ways sometimes. Case in point, in the YouTube video, My Dad Works for Vought, you can see Homelander's son, Ryan, painting a picture of Homelander next to a bunch of dead bodies. While in the character commercial, the narrator is painting Homelander as such a hero, such a charming guy, yet you can slightly see it really isn't the case even if you never watched The Boys to begin with. And as I said, assuming you're a person who never even watched The Boys and you're checking out these, kind of promotional videos about Homelander, if you didn't catch that little glimpse of Ryan drawing Homelander next to a bunch of bodies, you might have went through the entire video thinking that Homelander genuinely was a great guy, until you actually watch the show and you get to see the kind of shit he is doing. But this gets me into the channel Vought International. Not only the creator of the My Dad Works for Vought video, but it is the character YouTube channel of the company in the show. And it runs as a world leader company, quote unquote. Not only is Vought, spoilers by the way, I will mention again, spoilers, a pharmacy company that its Nazi founder Frederick Vought made a drug called Compound V, a blue liquid that can be injected into one's circulatory system and cause it to mutate, giving them powers, turning regular people into superhumans. And the thing is, Vought has no intention on teaching ethics to these quote-unquote Supes, that's what they're called in the show, turning these Supes into goofy-ass jackasses, or even worse, narcissists, racists, killers, all kinds of fucked up people because, well, that costs time and money, lol. And people make jokes about the Justice League throwing your car because they're fighting against the villain. Rip your insurance bills, by the way. And The Boys, a very sexual show, by the way. Just a little warning if you're interested in this show. You could see more fucked up and mature scenarios play out in real life. Like, imagine getting the sloppy toppy from a soup and then you notice such soup gave you a fatal wound to your wiener or coochie. You know what I'm saying? You're just sitting there like, oh
my god, my dog just got torn! Sent the Davy Jones motherfucking locker! Why would you do this, Nancy Nanomaker? And she's like,
I didn't like how that picture was hanging on your wall. And you're like, oh! But, yeah, take what I said about these bad soups ethically, right? Vought will be covering that shit up like it's a YouTuber saving their reputation after saying something offensive. It's Vought's job to make the Supes a clean image to the public. It's exactly like how it's kind of done in real life, but instead of like a YouTuber saying like the N-word and then trying to cover it up, this is like Supes like killing somebody's family out of an insane power trip and then they cover it up, right? Like it's just
way fucking worse, right?
But now that I explained that, The Boys plays into the character that they're portraying, right? So as I said, let's give a recap. Vought is a company that feeds drugs to people, that turns them into superhumans, that in turn will turn them into assholes. But Vought covers that up. They don't want you to think they're assholes, they want you to think they're perfect people, and that is Vought's entire character. Check out the show for more of that, or I will be making, like I said, I'll be making videos about this kind of stuff, so stay tuned if you want to hear more about Vought and not watch the show. But As I said, it's vought's job to do that. Anyways, in the YouTube channel Vought International, right, instead of them playing as, you know, just letting you know straight off the bat, they're not breaking the fourth wall still, is what I'm trying to get across. The Vought International channel is acting exactly like Vought International from the show. Think about pro wrestling, and they have what's called kayfabe. The idea of playing your persona outside of the ring or outside of the wrestling show. It keeps your character more legitimate, believable, and just keeping the idea of the character more alive. This would be like Ric Flair doing his style and profile and woo gimmick outside of the ring. And for pro wrestling, comparing pro wrestling to what I am now, this would be like Ric Flair doing such character while he is advertising a product or show. And the difference is wrestlers want to do that ideally. And for Vought, they're doing the exact same thing. The Vought International channel is acting like the character they are in the show. So they're just playing the same character to you as they would in the show. But with fictional superheroes, they usually don't do that. Like, if you think of a commercial, it's gonna be like, they'll be like, Superman fights the evil Doomsday. Will he be able to defeat him? We will never know unless you buy the product. Order now! But like, in the boys campaigns, you know, these advertisement campaigns, Vought is still acting like the character they are in the show, trying to paint a narrative. And they do this in the boys' promotional advertisements, such as the Vought International channel I've been talking about. It's literally just a giant advertisement to get you to watch the show. And they're acting like the fucked up company within the show. So the average person who's never seen an episode of The Boys, and they're catching on to these little subtle hints Vought is giving in these Vought International videos, they're like, what the fuck is this, bruh? They tripping. I gotta find more about Homelander to see what these weird-ass Easter eggs and these weird-ass hints are about. And you dig more and more into these Vought International videos until you eventually find yourself into the boys' lore wanting to watch the show. And in my opinion, this is great marketing tactics from Vought International's YouTube channel, aka just a giant advertisement show for the boys. And my favorite part about this is the fans of the show, who already know all the Easter eggs thrown in and already know the backstories of all the Supes within the show, are playing in with the story of Vought International's character. So in the boys show, normal people who are people without the compound V drug, they are not Supes, just regular people. Around the world, they are typically brainwashed by Vought's propaganda, and with a couple of normal people who know the truth of Vought and how bad the Supes are in the show. However, the fans of the boys, are in the comment section of these videos playing along like the brainwashed normal people in the show. So for example, fans of the boys are going to be in the comments like, gee golly, Homelander saved my cat from a liquor store, hallelujah Vought, playing along with Vought International's channel character. And they are acting like the brainwashed people within the show, just joking around, having fun. But in another video, Soldier Boy PSA 1984. It's a silly anti-drug campaign by a Supe, they're called Supe and Super, you can just call them either one, by the Supe Soldier Boy, who is telling you not to do drugs. And he is one of the most drugged out characters in the boys. As a matter of fact, in the show, right after they record this PSA, because there's a show, in the show they are recording the PSA that you're watching, right after they cut off from the video, in the YouTube video, Soldier Boy is saying in the show, if taking drugs is uncool, I'm the most uncool motherfucker in the planet. Basically admitting that he's a giant hypocrite. And the show goes into the fictional recording of that fictional PSA you just watched on Vought's YouTube channel. Yet, fans who've already seen the show and have already seen that Soldier Boy is a big dopehead are in the comments like, Soldier Boy's straight edgeness allowed my sister to drop her crack addiction. Thank you, Vought. You guys are the best. And one of these comments says, when Soldier Boy said, real heroes don't use drugs, it reminded me of my favorite hero, A-Train. He is living proof that Soldier Boy's words ring true to this day. Even though A-Train is addicted to Compound V, and Soldier Boy is just addicted to every fucking thing. Even Popclaw did drugs in the show. So these are among the two biggest druggies in the show, right? Yet, fans of the show are acting like the stuff Vought is giving them. And I think I got my point across. I feel like it was a pretty confusing dynamic to explain because I've done so many fucking retakes on this video. It's not crazy messing up what I said. But I think I got my point across here. The dynamic between Vought International acting like the character company it is in the show, along with the fans who've already seen the show acting like the brainwashed people within the show, is such a beautiful dynamic that I've really never seen this in any other show. And this is why I think The Boys plays its character better than about any other show. And this is how The Boys and Vought International's YouTube channel, I find it truly special. But with that being said, that about wraps up why The Boys plays its character so well. I'm going to be making more videos like this about solo character, a single character in and of itself, or an entire show or movie, you know what I mean, along the lines of that. So if you enjoy this kind of content, please check out my channel, as this is my first video I uploaded. But with that being said, I will see y'all in the next one.